Cossack Crazies, after a 12-hour workday, things happen. Trying to do as best I can through my pregame. We are up and running. It's happening. We are live on YouTube, right here at the Cossack Center tonight, as we are going to have a Region 2A final. Winner of this game tonight heads to the Sodak 16 location to be determined. A lot of excitement in the building tonight. Should be a great crowd in here for a girls matchup on a Thursday here at the Cossack Center. The Sioux Valley Cossacks on their evening come into this at 17-4, fresh off of a semifinal win on Tuesday night over the Dual Cardinals. Great Plains Lutheran comes into this. Let me get my scoreboard app opens. See, I almost had everything ready. The Great Plains Lutheran Panthers come into this 15-5 on their season, fresh off a win over Elkton Lake Benton on Tuesday night. That was at home in Watertown for them. And now we are going to play out the final of Region 2A on our side of the bracket right here at the Cossack Center tonight. We'll have plenty of information about the rest of the regions that are going on tonight, as there's region finals all over South Dakota in Class B and Class A, including the Hamlin Chargers later on tonight. So let me do this right now. We have to thank a sponsor as soon as we come on here, and I'm a little slow on it right now. Our exclusive presenter tonight is Bankstar Financial. With locations in Volga, Brookings, and Elkton, Bankstar provides big-time business with a small-town feel. Looking to finance a home? Need a car loan? How's your retirement plan looking? Stop in today and chat with the local professionals. Bank on the bright side. Bankstar Financial, a proud sponsor of Sioux Valley Athletics and the Sauls Media broadcast. We thank Bankstar all the time, and they are a great sponsor. They love their Sioux Valley Cossacks at the same time. So let me do one more thing here. So we're putting that together. Now I'm going to keep it kind of yapping here, but I do have to send something to our friends in Hill City, as we're trying to do a dual live stream out in Hill City. So I need to bring open, let's do it this way. Get our YouTube open. We got to go to the studio. I'm sorry, I'm just going to talk you through this, as I'm basically talking myself through this. YouTube studio. We should have something that's live here, as we are now live on the SportCam app. So I'm going to go to live. GPL, that one right there. This is going to open up, and we're going to have a stream key that we're going to copy and Gmail that out. Suppose this will work, everybody. What's the over-under on this screen key actually getting to my friend out in Hill City and him putting it on his live stream? What are the odds on this? We got some Vegas odds that perhaps Sioux Valley GBB versus GPL stream key. What are the odds? Suppose that'll work? Yes, that'll work, right? My helpers up here are going to be doing my SportCam app. Let me close out of that one. Let me close out of that one. We can get this out of the way. All right. So now that we've got that, hopefully our friends out in Hill City are going to be helping us out and put us on the Hill City live stream that they do out there. Landon Wiley is my buddy's name out there. So hopefully, just one more thing here. I know this is dead air, and I hate doing that, but there's so many things that we're trying to do tonight. You know, officially the warm-up started 5 minutes faster than what I was ready for. So we're blaming whatever we can blame. You know, anyone but me, right? That's the blame? Okay, now that we're set up, we got things that are charging, we got things that are going on. Once again, welcome into the Cossack Center here on a Thursday night. The Sioux Valley Cossacks in a region final in 2A versus the Great Plains Lutheran Panthers. I thought they were Wildcats. I'm glad I turned that over. It's the Panthers at Great Plains Lutheran tonight. It's not really a rematch, but we did find these Great Plains Lutheran Panthers in the volleyball season, as that was a Region 2A final. The Cossacks went up to Watertown, got a big win that night, and earned their right into the SODAC 16 off of that win over the Panthers just a few months ago. You know, but that was what, the end of October, early November, somewhere in there. Pretty crazy how things work out like that all the time. Other matchup in Region 2A, starting up at 7 o'clock, just like this game. It's the 1-4 matchup. Hamlin got the first round bye for being the top team in the region, and Clark Willow Lake won their way in by beating Florence Henry on Tuesday night. So it's a 1-4 matchup in Hamlin tonight. The Chargers playing the Cyclones, and then right here the 2-3 matchup, Sioux Valley and GPL. Region 3, we'll keep moving around a little bit. Flandreau, the 1 seed in Region 3, they got the bye on Tuesday night, so they will welcome the Quarriers of Del Rapids into town tonight. Bottom side of that bracket's the 2-3 matchup, the Tri-Valley Mustangs, the West Central Trojans. That game is in Colton or wherever Tri-Valley's at. I think it's out in the middle of kind of anywhere out there. We move a little farther south. Region 4, the most contested region in South Dakota in girls basketball. Sioux Falls Christian gets the 1 seed. They had the bye on Tuesday night. They had to wait there to see where they were going to play. And it was the Lennox Orioles going down to Elk Point on Tuesday in the 4-5 matchup and getting the win, 50-41. So tonight, the Lennox Orioles, the 5th seed in Region 4A, they will be in Sioux Falls to play the Chargers on their home floor. The bottom side of Region 4A, Dakota Valley, the North Sioux City school that we have in Region 4A, they will take on the Vermilion Tanagers. The Tanagers are the defending champions in Class A. 2 great matchups. And if I wasn't in this role right here, I'd have Sioux Valley on one screen. I'd have an iPad open with one more game. And then I'd have my laptop open on something else. Just Region 4, just absolutely killing it this year. I'm really looking forward to see how those 2 games finish up there. Region 1, as we go up north, and this is possibilities of SODAC 16 opponents coming from this game as well. Aberdeen and Roncalli got the 1 seed in Region 1. They had the bye. They had to wait for Millbank to take out Webster on Tuesday night. So it's a 1-4 matchup in Aberdeen tonight. Aberdeen and Roncalli against the Millbank Bulldogs. Bottom side of that bracket, the Groton Area Tigers, the 2 seed. They're at home tonight taking on Sisseton, who is the 3 seed in Region 1. For the rest of these region games, my friend Bill Vincent's going to join me up here shortly after we get starting lineups done, after we get Star Spangled Banner done. He's out there selling some T-shirts for his boys basketball team. But once we get him up here on the other microphone, then we will be going through the rest of the region play tonight, as everybody in Class B, everybody in Class A, all punching their tickets tonight to next week's SODAC 16. When it comes to the AA side of things, they're finishing up their regular season this week. They just kind of, stack them up 1 through 16. They go directly to a SODAC 16 matchup rather than doing some region games, since there are only, I think there's only, 18 teams in AA, so they don't have to do region play. So they go right to their SODAC 16. So right now, AA is finishing up their regular season and just taking care of what they need to. But in Class A, Class B, we're just doing the finishing touches, as we are going to be doing SODAC 16 next week if the Sioux Valley Cossacks can move on tonight past these Panthers of Great Plains Lutheran. I'm getting something. I'm just making sure that our friends out in Hill City can see and open up and fire that up. About 10 minutes to game time here. We've got 5 minutes left on the warm-up clock. And then we'll go through, starting lineups on the floor. We'll go through Star Spangled Banner on the floor, and then we'll be back with action after that. But making sure that our friends in Hill City can open up what they need to open up. That I know this is not my best pregame ever, but there's so many things that I'm trying to line up at the moment. Okay, with about 4 minutes left of the warm-up out there, you can see our Sioux Valley Cossacks in their home whites tonight with the gold trim or yellow trim, you want to call it that, the gold numbers and letters. You can see our starters still out there on the floor. They have the warm-up pants on yet. GPL, Great Plains Lutheran, the Panthers, they will be in their home, their aways. What do you want to call it? Royal blue, I guess? It's a very dark blue, kind of a silver or gray. Here, there's your look at him right there as GPL takes the floor. It's a very dark blue. That's not navy. I don't even know what to call that. It's a very dark blue. They've got gray as their trim. They'll have gray letters, GPL across the front. They'll have white numbers on the front and the back. So that is the road unis for the Panthers, comparatively to our Sioux Valley Cossacks, who will be in their home whites once again tonight. Should be a lot of fun tonight here in the Cossack Center. I'm just going to adjust one thing on my camera. There we go. Okay. Just making sure we got everything right. So, starting lineups tonight, they are brought to us by CC's Bar and Grill, downtown Volga. Amazing Chislik, burgers, chicken, and more. Good friends, good food, good times. Check out CC's Bar and Grill, downtown Volga, for everything you need to do, including the banquet room that they have there. So if you have an outing, contact CC's Bar and Grill. They can take care of you there. Starting lineups for Great Plains Lutheran tonight, as we'll call GPL quite a bit. They'll start. Number 3, Jolie Lean. That is a 5'2" junior guard. Number 10, Catherine Prawl, a 5'7" junior guard. Number 13, Myra Lentz, a 5'5" senior guard. Number 23, Esther Cameron. That is a 5'7" senior forward. And number 24, Madeline Prawl, a 5'11" senior forward. They are head coached by Matt Bauer. Assistant coaches Aaron Schlussner. Oh boy, glad we don't have to say that name all night. And then Maddie Spurgeon, the assistant coaches there. Starting for our Sioux Valley Cossacks, names we are very familiar with now. Number 10, Talia Vincent, the 5'6" junior guard. Number 12, Liberty Triegstead, a 5'6" sophomore guard. Number 21, Amari Ward, a 5'6" junior guard. Number 23, Kira Cruz, a 6' senior forward. And number 32, Kaylee Craddock, the 5'11" sophomore guard. The Cossacks are head coached by Jamie Granham. Assistant coaches, Brooke Mathern, Taylor Ash, and Leah Hope. Statisticians, Elizabeth Decknicker, Cam Eaker, and Ann Bosted. Water Girls tonight, Shelby High, Annabelle Mathern, and Avery Schmuck. Our athletic trainer is Jody Furstenberg. All proud to be Sioux Valley Cossacks. It's another big night here in the Cossack Center. You can kind of see the crowd. It is filling in. Around me is certainly filled in out here. But we've got about a minute left before we send this to the floor and start the starting lineups on the floor and roll right into our opening tip tonight. Our opening tip will be brought to us by Bell Brands, sponsors of the opening tip, the jump, if you will. Bell Brands, the makers of the mini baby bells. That is the snack cheese of champions. Peel one today. First quarter stats tonight will be brought to us by GP Auto. Our Health Source halftime show brought to us by Health Source Chiropractic, right on 22nd Avenue in Brookings. Justin Luke, take good care of you there. Our looks around the South Dakota Scorefeed app to get all our region finals brought to us by Back Alley Meats and Buster's Auto Brokers. Back Alley Meats in downtown Volga. That is small town quality, big city selection. Great butcher shop right here in Volga. And then Buster's Auto Brokers in Mitchell, right on the corner, right on the price. With that, I'm going to send this right down to the PA announcer. We'll be right back with you with Cossack basketball. Don't go anywhere. Cossacks region final coming up next.
Good evening and welcome. welcome to tonight's 2A matchup with a trip to the Sodak 16 on the line. Let's welcome the visiting 3-seed Great Plains Lutheran Panthers. And your 2-seeded Sioux Valley Cossacks. Both are member schools of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. The association and their corporate partners, Sanford Health, Dakota Bank, Farmers Union Insurance, Billion Automotive, and South Dakota Army National Guard remind you that sportsmanship and the objectives of educational athletics are what set this event apart from other levels of competition. Your cooperation and support of the values promoted by these Region 2A schools is appreciated. Your officials for tonight's game are Brayton Mack, Scott Mack, and Pete Enginger. Please give them a round of applause. These officials are licensed by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and hired by the region with the mutual agreement of schools participating in this event. Their experience and integrity qualify them to administrate the rules of the game. Before the starting lineup, let's meet the cheerleaders for Great Plains Lutheran. They are Miriam Jarsic, Cassie Kanzenbach, Victoria Lee, Donna Abrahamson, Taylor Bendix, Danelle Fultang, Lily Musilevich, Lydia Wolf, Addison Watkins, and head coach Jenna Johnson. Let's meet the starting lineup for your Great Plains Lutheran Panthers. Starting at guard, junior number 3, Jolie Lee. Starting at guard, junior number 10, Catherine Prawl. Starting at guard, senior number 13, Myra Lentz. Starting at forward, senior number 23, Esther Cameron. Starting at forward, senior number 24, Madeline Prawl. The head coach is Matt Bauer, and the assistant coaches are Andy Schwartzner and Maddie Stoker. And now, the starting lineup for your Cossacks. Starting at guard, junior number 10, Talia Vincent. Starting at guard, sophomore, number 12, Liberty Trickstad. Starting at guard, junior number 21, Amari Ward. Starting at forward, a senior, number 23, Kira Cruz. And starting at guard, sophomore, number 32, Kaylee Crack. Head coaches Jamie Graham and the assistant coaches are Brooke Mather, Leah Holt, and Tim Cash. At this time, we ask that you stand, remove your caps, as we pay honor to America with the singing of our national anthem by a Sioux Valley Girls Ensemble under the direction of Gina Brandsrud.
All right, Cossack Crazies, here we go. The opening tip brought to us by Bell Brands, makers of the mini baby bells. They are the snack cheese of champions. Jumping for Sioux Valley will be Kira Cruz, the lone senior in this squad, number 23 out there. She will be jumping against Madeline Prawl, the senior forward for the Panthers. Good crowd in here tonight. Should be exciting out here, and the opening tip will be controlled by the Sioux Valley Cossacks as Talia Vincent runs that down. So the first possession belonging to the Cossacks. And that'll be scored by Kaylee Craddock. So we're off to a fine start already, and there's the pressure that we talked about. We saw this on Tuesday as well. They like to bring pressure. They like to challenge those ball handlers as they bring it up the half-court stripe. How we doing, Bill Vincent, joining me here?
Good.
Can you hear me at all? Do I need to leave?
I can hear you, yep.
Okay, I can make that
Sounds
a little
good.
bit louder for you. Off the mark for the Panthers, that is Kira Cruz with a rebound. She'll run the floor, gets it up to Kaylee Craddock, and just past her fingertips. So a turnover by Sioux Valley. Early here in the first quarter, that is a throw in. That is going to be Jolie Lean trying to get across the half-court stripe. She's guarded by Liberty Trigstad. She'll get it up to Myra Lenz, we'll call that. That's Prawl. Getting it out to Cameron. And the throw down the low block, knocked away by Liberty Trigstad. Her good defense once again will force the Panthers to throw this in off their baseline. 16 on their shot clock as well. Throwing it in for the Panthers, that is number 13. That is Lenz. She'll find Prawl in the paint, guarded by Cruz. Big push there, that's allowed, and it'll go off the hands of Prawl and out of bounds. Some good contact there in the paint. Maybe last night or Tuesday night, that's probably called it as a foul.
Yeah, you tend to see that here as the playoffs roll on a little more. Let them play inside.
Well, we have professionals as our referees tonight. We've got a couple of Macs out there, and that is Mr. Enstringer. GPL able to control that loose ball out there. They'll take it the other way here. That will be Catherine Prawl. She's going to drive in on the left side. Knocked away by Amari Ward. No foul there either. So totally different from our Tuesday night affair. Well, that's Tate right there. I think Tate was just on the camera.
Well, that's a surprise,
go.
I guess.
Right back at you, Bill.
There it is. Nobody saw that one coming.
Lance will get that over to Prawl. That is over to Lean. She's going to try about a 15-foot jumper on the baseline off the mark. Mars runs that rebound down up the floor. They find Craddock on the left block. Around to Amari Ward on the wing spot. That's a 3-ball. And you can hear the Cossack Crazies in this place.
Quick 5-0 lead for Sioux Valley.
Got her to pick up her dribble. That was knocked away by Kira Cruz. Back into Prawl's hands, and she will get it across half court. So the pressure by Sioux Valley working again. Panthers get it back to Prawl. She'll try a 10-footer, and she connects on that.
Yeah, and GPL, happy to see that one go through. Sometimes in a game like this, it's just a matter of getting that first shot to go.
Craddock down the right side of the lane. Offensive board by Cruz, knocked out of her hands. It'll be controlled by Lenz. So an offensive board, but the Panthers quick to get that out of Cruz's hands. Lenz will get that over to Esta Cameron. She's at the top of the key there, guarded by Craddock. Could be something we'll want to pay attention to. If they're going to put Cameron all the way up there, that brings Craddock out of the paint at the same moment. You've got some strategy on that, I would imagine.
Yeah, this will just be interesting to see X's and O's wise how this goes. Of course, Sioux Valley doesn't want it to come to any of that. They want to get control of this game early and often.
Prawl with another offensive board there. They get a third try that time. A couple of blocks in there by Sioux Valley. But the Panthers will connect after 3 tries. So Sioux Valley up the floor. Ward across the court. That's Liberty Trigstad with the 3-ball.
She gets it
and good.
8-4 now. Sioux Valley's really spread the scoring out here early on. 3 different players already in the scorebook.
Panthers the other way now. That is up to Cameron, right at the top of the key, guarded by Craddock once again. She's going to drive it to the elbow. Cut off by Craddock. Picks up her dribble. Now she's in trouble trying to get it to Prawl at the top of the key off of her kneecap. She's got to run that down near half court. Long pass into the block. Almost stolen away. That shot too strong. Cruz the rebound. She'll run the floor. One-arm pass all the way down to Trigstad. Talia Vincent's open in the corner. Off the back of the iron and come right back to Talia, but a good box stop by the Panthers.
Yeah, it seemed like everyone from the hometown crowd wanted another one to go. Everyone on the edge of their seats here early on, 8-4, Sioux Valley.
That would have brought the house down right there. And we are going to have
There's
a push. Yeah, we're going to call a push. That's Scott Mack on the call. Liberty Trigstad's going to get personal number 1. Just a tad aggressive. You know, we saw that on Tuesday of how good these guards are, like getting hands in there.
Right,
getting that ball to pop out of there. That one is just a little bit too aggressive.
Right at the 4-minute mark, first foul. So you're happy with that. If you're Coach Grantham, you want to get through those first 4 minutes with no early fouls, and now you can pretty much play.
For the Panthers, that's Cameron. She's going to take it down the left side. Cruz cuts her off. Back around to the top of the key. It was a loose ball run down by Cameron. Get it back to Catherine Prawl, top of the key, guarded by Mars. Now she'll drive in, try to find Cameron. It's off her hands. We're going to say that it's off of Craddock's hands and out of bounds. Pete Entringer. It is Pete, right? Pete Entringer?
Yes, Pete Entringer.
Pete Entringer on the call there.
And 2 Max out here tonight.
With everything I was trying to remember in the pregame, I couldn't remember the referee's name, but it's a legend in this area. So we got a good crew here.
Yes.
That is Maddie Prawl. She'll hand it over to her sister, Catherine.
And 1.
Scoop shot and 1. That foul's going to be on Kira Cruz. That'll be the first personal for Kira.
And still really no foul trouble. You made it past that 4-minute mark. You're going to pick a foul up a quarter if you pace things out properly. So Sioux Valley just fine here in the foul column. Of course, Great Plains Lutheran setting really well. Haven't used a foul yet.
That was a strong take by Catherine Prawl. This is the junior guard, 5'7".
A lot of familiar names you're mentioning there, Salzy, off that volleyball run. And if you're looking for a little extra motivation, if you're GPL, it's probably a simple reminder that they came in the higher seed against Sioux Valley in volleyball, and Sioux Valley pulled that off.
Good take by Kira Cruz. She'll earn a trip to the foul line, so 2 shots coming on that. Yeah, I mentioned that in the pregame, that GPL and Sioux Valley, not really a rematch as far as basketball goes, but yes, they remember what we did in Watertown just
and role reversal seed-wise.
Kira Cruz on the foul line, first shot up and no good, off the front of the iron and out. That foul for the Panthers was on number 3. That's Jolie Lean, her first. Also the first team foul for the Panthers. Sioux Valley's got 2 team fouls. Kira Cruz with a second foul shot here, and that connects.
Yeah, GPL has used the bench a little bit here yet, and Sioux Valley still with their starters.
Number 13, that's Mira Lenz picking up her dribble on the other side of half court. She gets it to Catherine Prawl.
This GPL team got here with a dominant win over the Elkton Elks.
That is a handoff to Lean and a little bit too aggressive defense by Amari Ward. She's going to be called for a slap on the arm there, so Amari gets her first. Still no foul trouble there, but that is the 3rd team foul for Sioux Valley. It's that aggressive D. Amari almost got foul number 2 right there. Very close to that.
Yeah, I think that Elkton GPL matchup, head coach Mike and Vincent was thinking she was going to make a game of that and be a little bit tighter. So maybe this GPL team playing some good basketball in postseason play.
Air ball from 3. Craddock with the rebound. Trigstad's got an open look. That's off the iron, though. Panthers with the rebound. That's Prawl. She'll bring it across half court. And off to Lenz now.
You're seeing Sioux Valley defensively just doing a lot of steering, trying to get them into their left hand and keep them stuck on a side of the floor.
Prawl to Prawl, and that is Maddie Prawl in the paint. She's going to be fouled on her shot, as Pete Entringer says, 2 shots on that. So this is going to go, I think, on Liberty Trigstad. I'm pretty sure it is. So Liberty's going to get her second.
Yeah, you start to think, too, a part of Sioux Valley's strategy probably will be to wear them out a little bit, make their bigs run and move, and that's why you see the full court pressure early on here. You're going to see Sioux Valley's first substitute, and GPL back to the bench with another player in as well.
Macy Top in for Amari Ward, so Ward will take a breather here. That was number 23 back in. That's Cameron back in for the Panthers, and they bring number 2 onto the floor. That's Schluchner. I'm not even sure if that's how I say that. Trigstad driving it down. Kick out to Vincent. There's a 3-ball. Talia Vincent getting started with her 3-ball shooting. She's been fantastic all year with that.
Yeah, Sioux Valley now with 12 points by 5 different players.
Cameron's going to throw that over to Catherine Prawl.
Oh,
big screen there. Not sure how that's quite legal, but no call there. Shots off the rim. Craddock with the rebound. She'll run the floor. Speaking of 6-foot point guards, Craddock can do it too. Off the side of the iron, Cruz with the offensive board and the putback. Kira Cruz being the senior leader out there. Panthers the other way now. Sioux Valley briefly now. We've doubled them up, 14-7 here in the first quarter.
And you see Amari Ward already going back to the table to check in.
Prawl drive through the paint.
Back door.
And Schluchner. That is a loose ball out there. Prawl runs it down, gets it to her sister, Prawl, and that's an air ball. So that'll go to the baseline. That'll be Sioux Valley basketball.
Yeah, the Crazies will probably
letting
remind you that you missed that shot. All in good fun.
Amari Ward
good crowd here tonight.
Amari Ward back on the floor. Liberty Trigstead will take a breather. And now we've got a timeout by GPL head coach Matt Bauer. A lot of fun so far. We've got a 1:24 left in this first quarter. We've seen a little bit of running and gunning so far. We've seen half-court offense so far. GPL, they have to get it in half-court, don't they? I would assume that they don't want to run with this Cossack.
I'm thinking they want a slower, more physical game, fewer possessions, and Sioux Valley wants this a full-court game. They want the ball zipping up and down the court, moving around offensively and defensively. Sioux Valley can score in bunches. At some point, will GPL just kind of run out of enough points to continue on is kind of the mindset that the Sioux Valley Cossacks will go with.
With the pressure that we bring in the fast possessions that you're talking, wanting more possessions, I feel like that's something that we learn by playing Sioux Falls Christian, by playing Hamlin, by playing Dakota Valley on their home floor. That's kind of how they do it. They bring pressure. They try to get transition buckets out of that at the same time, but you're forcing the other team to speed themselves up, maybe against their own hopes or wills.
Correct.
I guess you're going to put it that way.
Make them play faster, get more shots on goal. Some of those mindsets, Sioux Valley really good at that. Here's a look inside.
Into Craddock on the left block. There's up and in for Kaylee Craddock. That's a great high-low game there by our post players. So when they do get into half-court offense like that, that's another way to attack anybody. Panthers around the arc now. That's Catherine Prawl into her sister Prawl. Good cut down the left side of the lane. Off the side of the iron, though. Cruz, rebound, run the floor. Up to Amari Ward. She'll get it into the paint. Cross court. Talia Vincent's got an open look. And she will nail it from the outside. The assassin with another three-pointer.
Yeah, the guys over in the padded chair loving that as well and getting into the game as they watch this one.
Tell you, 2 3-pointers on her night. As a team, they've got 4 so far. Catherine Prawl, she'll drive it to the elbow, gets it to her sister Prawl, the senior, with a jumper from about 12 feet. She'll rattle that around and find the bottom.
That was a bucket GPL needed. GPL has some nice backdoor actions to their system of play.
Talia Benson gets that on a wing, drives it around, gets it over to Ward. She'll drive into the paint, strong take, and she'll earn the foul.
Go to the line.
She'll get 2 foul shots out of that. The foul is going to be on number 13. That is Myra Lenz, the senior guard.
And it's going to give Coach Grantham an opportunity to sub a couple people if he so chooses here. 11.9 to go coming to defense. No team fouls to use as this quarter unfolds, but it allows you to put someone on the bench that maybe has a foul, and I think that's what he's doing now. You'll see Kira Cruz come over here, and you're going to see Larson come defensively as well for the shooter should it go in.
Yeah, Skylar Knutson on the floor now. She's up and coming as far as her varsity career goes. She's been great on the junior varsity squad. There's Aubrey Larson coming in. Amari Ward will take an extra breather.
So everyone with a foul will be set next to Grantham for the last 12 seconds. It allows them to get their defense set, and now you just hope a role player comes up with a play here to energize the crowd as well as this unfolds. Panthers now 8 on the game clock. We got to get closer than that. We're at 4 seconds, down to 2. Maddie Prawl will try a 3-ball off the side of the iron and out, so 21-9 will be our finish at the end of the first quarter. Did Amari Ward make both of those free throws? Did she make them both or just the one? We're at 21, so we might just have to do some tallying up there to see where we're at on your paper. We'll know as soon as she checks in. As soon as she gets back in, we'll find out. I got busy yapping so much, I forgot that. Yeah, what a quarter by Sioux Valley. You know, the 2-3 seed game here against a GPL team that has been hot as of late, coming off a big opening round win, and Sioux Valley goes up 21-9 after the first quarter. Sioux Valley's defensive pressure and ability to spread the floor and run the floor on offense really causing GPL some trouble. When they did get Sioux Valley slowed down, you saw the nice high-low play there where they brought Cruz up and was able to dump it inside to Craddock for another easy bucket. Fouls are doubled up for Sioux Valley. They're at 4, but they spread them around, and GPL's at 2.
The only stats I have, just the points I have up here. Talia Vincent, she's got 6. This is brought to us by GP Auto, by the way. GP Auto taking care of all your car repair needs. Oil changes, engine repair, tire replacement. Grant and Friends get you back on the road. Talia Vincent's got 6 of a couple of big 3s out there. Liberty Trigstead, she hit a big 3. She's got 3. Amari Ward may have 5. We'll wait on that. Kira Cruz with 3, and Kaylee Craddock with 4.
Probably the biggest game of interest not at the Cossack Center tonight is that Dakota Valley Vermilion game. Second round game, number 4, number 3 in the state. Vermilion, the defending state champions. Dakota Valley leads that game 15-9 at the end of 1.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that was one of the games I mentioned in the pregame as well.
Dakota Valley's the higher seed. Vermilion's the higher ranked team.
Maddie Prawl with a strong take is going to earn 2 foul shots. The foul was on Kira Cruz. She picks up her second. Maddie Prawl misses the first free throw, however. And I've got Amari Ward with 5 points there to finish off her GP Auto stats. So, yeah, she made both those free throws.
Very early in the game, but Sioux Falls Christian and Lennox
Prawl misses both.
At 8.
Craddock with the rebound. Craddock running the floor now. She'll get it up to Mars down the right side, the far sideline. Hand off to Talia Vincent. Now the Cossacks kind of in a half-court offense here.
Yeah, GPL in their man-to-man, and Sioux Valley wants to execute a certain set here.
Yep, we're going to do a little weave. That gets Talia Vincent open on the left wing. That 3-ball in and good. She's got 3 in a row now.
Yeah, some good false motion out front by Sioux Valley, and then the great screen from Liberty Trigstead.
I keep calling your daughter Talia Vincent an assassin out there. You okay with that?
We're okay with it when we're okay with anything when the ball's going in, right? GPL really good at backdoor action.
Yep, that was Cameron. Her jump shot too strong. Kira Cruz going to run down that rebound, then take off.
Point post.
She'll get it over to Kaylee Craddock. Talia Vincent open in the corner again. That is not 4 in a row. Kira Cruz the offensive board, though. Second try coming. Liberty Trigstead will try it from 3-point land, and she hits it.
Yeah, you like to see when the miss comes back out to you, just go right back at it and get the make. But she made the end one more pass, and Liberty Trigstead knocked it down. That's going to go off her knee.
That is off of Craddock, is what Scott Mack is going to say. Yep, he had a better look than we did.
He's got a lot better look, and he has done it many more years than we have.
So Craddock knocks that out. The Panthers are going to throw this in off their baseline. That is number 13 out there, Lenz, that'll throw this in. She'll find Lean. They go around the arc. That's Prawl to Prawl. And now the low block. Oh, a great backdoor cutter once again. That was like, Lean again.
Liberty was giving Talia some help out there on a shooter, and they got the slip layup.
Talia Vincent, another open look. And that'll bring the Sioux Valley Cossack fans to their feet once again. Talia Vincent, she's got 4 of them now.
Talia's showing a little extra excitement over there. Must be postseason basketball.
Talia's got a few games under her belt where she got to 7, a few of them where she got to 6 3-pointers on her night, but she's got 4 here in the first half. That opens that lead up to 30-11 now in this 2 versus 3 matchup in Region 2A. Winner of this heads to the Sodex 16. That is Lean, who just had that backdoor cutter. She'll find Cameron, and that's stolen away on the low block. Kaylee Craddock with a steal. Now she'll run the floor.
Oh, what a crossover.
Great crossover move. Finds Vincent in the corner.
Oh.
Off the mark. Offensive rebound, though. Kaylee Craddock stolen out of her hands. Prawl will come up with that.
Great action there by Kaylee Craddock. Made that look really smooth. The D1 recruit committed to USD.
Keep in mind, she's just a sophomore, my man. You're not supposed to move and do things like that as a sophomore. But Kaylee Craddock.
Here's Amari Ward. She's been a nice addition to this team.
Big up the floor. That's Kira Cruz right down the paint. Talia Vincent open in the corner again. Yep. That's number 5, and that'll force a timeout by GPL head coach Matt Bauer. 5 3-pointers in the first half. We still got 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah, and those couple that she missed were just all the way down and in and came back out. I'm sure she'd like to have those 2 back.
She is an absolute killer from deep. If you leave her a slightest bit open, she can find a way to put that down, and it is such a killer for the other team. forcing the timeout here.
You're correct. 32 teams remaining in Class A girls basketball. There'll be 16 after tonight. Dakota Valley wants to be one of those. They're up 20-17 over the defending state champ Vermilion team. That's with about the same amount of time to go here in our game. Aberdeen Roncalli leads big. Mount Vernon Plankington up 23-2. Miller leads. That's another team that could fall to Sioux Valley's line. If the higher seeds won, it would look like Sioux Valley and Groton. Right. Any upset would make a Sioux Valley-Miller matchup. Okay. And the other team that's kind of floating around there that Sioux Valley could end up with was a Lakota Tech team that we saw earlier this year.
I think there's a lot of things that would have to happen for Lakota Tech to get to the same level where Sioux Valley would be sitting at, but it's certainly possible, man. It's postseason basketball.
Sioux Falls Christian and Lennox, they're in a grinder, 9-7. Those two teams know each other really well, being in the same conference, playing each other numerous times each year, each offseason. That Groton area team we're talking about is playing a Sisseton team that beat us in our season opener, and it's a team that
we're getting
Kara Cruz going to get looked at here by the trainer.
She's got some blood on her jersey, so they were trying to get that off during the timeout. So Skylar Knutsen's going to come on and give Cruz time to get the blood off of her jersey.
Correct. Back to my point on that Sisseton game. That would be a game I would say where a lower seed, almost a favorite in that Sisseton-Groton game, and Sisseton down 1 to Groton after the first quarter, 9-8.
Sisseton's so good with that long auger connection to the paint.
They're a tough matchup for Sioux Valley. We'd be okay with avoiding a matchup like that, although Groton's really good as well.
Yep. We got to win this one first, Bill.
Correct.
Number 34 in there. That'll get out to Lenz right before the shot clock went off, but that is off the mark. Skylar Knutsen the rebound. Up to Liberty Trigstead now.
Big board for her.
She'll drive in from the right wing. Great take off the backboard and in. Trigstead does it all as well.
Yeah, she just so improved. She always was a talented player, but just really has a good feel for the game this year.
I think it's partly her confidence level now, too.
Agree.
She's so willing to get to the basket on those plays like that.
And people you play with, I think early on when you were coming in off the bench, you'd press a little bit more and not let yourself allow yourself a mistake or two.
Trigstead with the 3-ball off the back of the iron, but it's Knutsen that runs that offensive board down, so we'll get another try here. Talia Vincent's going to come get that. Craddock, top of the key now. She'll set it up in the half
Just a little dribble at handoff to see if we still got a hot hand or not. Here's Liberty.
There's Trigstead off the front of the iron that time. It was Macy Top fighting for it, but Lenz is going to come up with that. She'll run it down the far sideline. Bounce pass over to Prawl. She will find number 34. That's Julia Prawl, a third Prawl on this squad. That is going to be another air ball. And it's Trigstead with the rebound, but she's fouled on the rebound. Trigstead was trying to get it to a teammate on the pass, but that foul will be on. Is it 23?
It is 23. Team foul number 1 of the quarter for GPL. Sioux Valley also with 1, so foul's just not an issue.
Cameron's going to get her first foul for GPL. And that'll mean Sioux Valley will take it the other way here. Talia Vincent's going to walk this across the half-court stripe. Setting up the half-court offense at the same time. It's Macy Top to Craddock, top of the key. Trigstead, she's got an open look. She looked at it. She'll drive into the elbow, now come back out. Talia Vincent, 18 on the shot clock. She'll go down the right side. Find Macy Top at the top of the key. 12 on their shot clock now. Trigstead around the arc. Vincent in the corner. She'll drive in from there. Gets it to the paint. 5 on the shot clock now. Trigstead's got a look. Craddock gets their offensive board off the rim, so that saves a shot clock violation, and they'll keep it because Maddie Prawl will not be able to save that on the baseline.
Yeah, Sioux Valley still without Kira Cruz this quarter and Amari Ward, both of them on the bench right now.
What a possession for the Cossacks. Man, they used all that shot clock and got it back. Craddock will find Trigstead on the open look in the wing. Off the front of the iron. GPL the long rebound. Prawl's going to bring this up the floor. Catherine Prawl over to Lean. Lean gets into the right corner, and then she picks up her dribble. Macy Tops all over her. Got it out of there once. Loose ball picked up by Lean. Now she's trying to get to the baseline. Not allowed to do that.
Substitution number 23 going to come back into the game here for the Panthers.
Jolie Lean a little frustrated as she got up there because she was knocked to the floor. Was wondering why there was no foul called, but it's postseason basketball. You can hope. GPL's going to throw this in on their baseline. They will find Maddie Prawl, top of the key there. Over to Catherine Prawl. That's Cameron now. Cameron will dribble over to the right elbow. Hand that off to Holman, who's now in there. She'll try the 12-footer and connect on that right in the paint. So a good jump shot. Sioux Valley quickly up the floor. Trigstead down in the corner. Long pass. Kaylee Craddock runs that down, top of the key. Back to Trigstead. LT will take it right in the paint. That's a pass, we'll call that. Knudsen gets it. Macy Top's going to try a three. Off the side of the iron, long rebound. GPL runs it down. Catherine Prawl now. She'll take it down the far sideline. Gets Maddie Prawl on the baseline. Trigstead knocks it out of there. Almost gets the pass away from her, too. Maddie Prawl will turn and spin on the left block against Craddock. Strong take. Wow. She went from the left block all the way to the right block and had a nice little jump shot in the middle there.
Yeah, and just Sioux Valley just back up the floor so quickly before GPL can even get set.
Craddock with a three ball. That's a long rebound run down by Tally Vincent. So second try coming for this Cossack possession.
And Coach Graham's going to use a 30 here and get Kira Cruz back into the game for the remaining minute 30, as well as Amari Ward to get them back into the flow of this game. You know, it's a 20-point lead, but when you're in postseason, you're stressing your guys, your gals to continue to strive and push it to 30 because it is a postseason game. You don't want anything to get going a different direction or anything like that on you. So you'll see them continue to get everything they can out of this last minute 30 before half.
Yep. It's been a nice rest for Ward and Cruz. I mean, yeah, they were sitting for a while, but it's got to help, right? When you get down into the fourth quarter, that's fresh legs there that might be a little fresher than what they would have been.
It does. We talk about that a lot. You know, a person who gets maybe an early foul trouble, that wasn't the case here, but yeah, maybe you get an early foul trouble and you had to rest, and then maybe the second half you're the freshest player on the floor.
Yeah.
In this situation, I think Coach Grantham just wants to get things rolling. You want to stretch it to 30. You got to get on to the Sodak 16 game. Something that they've been hungry for and striving to get to the last few years.
Vincent takes that inbounds pass.
It's a good false motion here by Sioux Valley.
Out here out front. Cruz over to Trigstead. Usually they get it down to about 14 on the shot clock and then start moving around.
Here they go.
So it could be the same thing. Amari Ward over to Vincent now. 10 on the shot clock. We got to get a little bit closer than that. Craddock on the right wing now. Finds Kira Cruz right on the right block. A great cut to the basket, just too strong. GPL with the rebound. Prawl's going to take it down the far sideline.
And those are strong bodies that she's going up against. Some games she just hasn't really had another post across from her.
Lentz trying to pass it to her teammate on the low block. Kaylee Craddock smacked it away, and the steal. Trigstead took it across the half-court line. Jamie Grantham, the head coach, yelling out instructions as we're under a minute to go here. Using that shot clock here, apparently. 20 on there. Mary Ward, Trigstead, we're doing a little weave here, about 30 feet away from the basket. That's Vincent now, look at it. Schlusner tried to get that out of there. 10 on the shot clock, 28 on the game clock. Cruz to Trigstead. Vincent, 5 again on the shot clock. Over to Amari Ward, top of the key, 3, 2, and it'll be Vincent with the shot clock running down. The assassin with her 6th 3 of the first half.
Yeah, she got those 5 early and kind of took a long time to get another clean look, but that one was nothing but nylon.
GPL, 4 seconds left. That's Maddie Prawl and a strong take on the baseline. That'll count.
She's a good player.
She is got a great take right there on the baseline.
What a half by the Sioux Valley Cossacks.
GPL a little frustrated that they're down by this much, but that's how good the shooting has been by the Cossacks.
Yeah, this is against
Vincent's
a good
got
team.
6 of them.
It's a good team that they're doing this.
Before we get too far, we have to thank a couple of sponsors here. Health Source Chiropractic, sponsors of our Health Source halftime show. Experience top quality care at Health Source Chiropractic to find lasting pain relief. Justin and Luke will take great care of you. Thank you for being sponsors of the Health Source halftime show. We'll go through all the stats that we can.
You got
here.
a halftime interview coming your way. I didn't tell you about this because I didn't know you had a halftime interview coming your way.
We're going to go through stats here as well. So Talia Vincent, she's got 6 threes in this first half. That gives her 18 at halftime. Liberty Trigstead with 8. Mari Ward still at 5. Kira Cruz still at 3. And Kaylee Craddock, she's got 4. So we're at 38-17. Tate, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing well.
Welcome to the Cossack Center, man. I mean, you were here like a month ago, but this is a surprise trip is what I'm told. So
yes.
He knows Class A girls basketball a lot better than you and
well, of course, and he should. A little Class A basketball. We'll let you take this over. We're just kind of going through some of those stats on the South Dakota Score Feed app. If you want to go all the way out to Region 8, tell us a little bit about what's going on out there. That'd be cool. Otherwise, we can talk about some of the big matchups that are out there.
Yeah, in Region 8, you've got St. Thomas More at the 1.
Yeah.
And they're playing Hill City, who got us at the buzzer on Tuesday, which
Crazy
was a tough
finish.
one.
Crazy finish, man.
Most definitely. Two teams that are just battling, and that's why it's March Madness, right? Right around the corner. And then the Rapid City and Christian Belle Fourche game's looking like a battle right now.
Now, you've had battles with all of those teams throughout your season. Tell us a little bit about each one of those. St. Thomas More, what makes them the number one out there?
Yeah, they're just fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
They move that basketball so well. They play for each other, and they're really, really well coached. So when it comes to execution down the stretch, they're tough to beat in close games. And then you've got Rapid City Christian. They like to press.
Yeah.
Do that almost all game long, most of the season, and they've played a lot of really good teams, so their record, might not be as good as some of the other teams, but they've played a lot of tough ones.
When it comes to some of the top-ranked teams in South Dakota, and you've played some of them, it seems like pressure is kind of part of the theme, right? You try to get that pressure full court, baseline to baseline. It's a way to get those transition buckets, the steals, the easy ones. Seems like the top teams love to do it. You got to have athletes at the same time, though, right?
Yes. And being able to score the basketball in the half-court set once you get up against another team that can handle that pressure.
Right.
So those teams that are at the top level, they are playing 32 minutes of what seems to be either man-to-man or some sort of zone press, and they're tough to beat when they're getting tips and doing those things, and they're just disrupting.
Sioux Valley has seen some of those teams, man. We brought Sioux Falls Christian to the Cossack Center. Hamlin, it was double overtime before Hamlin kind of closed that out. We saw Dakota Valley on the road. Have you seen any of those teams? Did you get a chance? Was there any classics or anything that you found those guys at?
We didn't play any of those teams, but we did have Mapialuta, formerly Red Cloud.
Formerly Red Cloud, yeah.
Yes.
The number one team in the state.
Yeah, and we got to watch them play at the LNI at the beginning of the year as well. And, they're quick. They let the three ball fly. They remind me a lot of Sioux Valley in a way. And when the three ball's falling for them, they're really, really hard to beat. And when they get out in transition and can push the pace, they're really, really good.
Speaking of three balls, Talia Vincent, 6 3-pointers in her first half. Look, she's had 7 as a season high. I'm not sure what a career high is, but she had 6 a couple of times through the season. She's got 6 in the first half, man.
It's fun to see. It looks like the girls are just enjoying each other out there. And when a teammate hits one, a lot of times they're getting that second look again because they saw that ball go through and they know they have confidence in each other and they go and find them. So, I don't know how many they had as a team, but when one person gets that hot and they're out there celebrating and smiling, you can just see how the ball's rolling.
That offense like that, it's contagious, right?
It
Everybody
is.
else wants to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
One of the mantras that this team has, everybody eats. So when someone starts making three-pointers like that, it seems like everyone starts making things. It's pretty crazy.
It is. It's always that way. Even when I was playing, you see somebody and they hit one, and maybe they give one up and kick it to you in the corner, and they're saying, hey, shoot it, and they're giving you that confidence behind the pass even. It makes it that much easier to shoot the next one.
With this Sioux Valley team, we got about 5 minutes left here. We still got to go through some scores, but this Sioux Valley team here, Kira Cruz, Kaylee Craddock, they can both do the same things. They're both fantastic. They can get rebounds and run the floor. Head coach Jamie Grant and I have talked about it quite a bit through some coaches show, the post games. It just opens up the floor so much. It's a weapon that Sioux Valley has. Not everyone has it. Do you see that out there out west? Is there some big post players that can run the floor similar to what Sioux Valley is able to do?
There's been a couple teams that have had them.
Yeah.
I don't know if they run the floor as well as those two do. And a lot of the posts that we've seen don't bring the ball up the court. Where it's pull and go, and then all of a sudden you've got your 1 and your 2s just being able to sprint the floor, or your wings, and the 5 is bringing it up.
Yes.
That puts a lot of opposing bigs in a spot of trouble.
We talk about it a lot, Bill and I, also the head coach, Jamie Grantham, and then, Kira, when she's in the post-game show, we joke about it all the time. So she knows what she's doing, and she kind of laughs it off like it's nothing, this is what I do. But it is amazing that there's a 6-footer out there that can run the floor like that, and there's a sophomore that is 5'11" herself that's going to be doing it for the next 2 years. This is going to be a problem for teams in the future.
Yeah, and getting to coach them growing up a little bit in some of those youth tournaments and practices, you could see it. You could see them wanting some of those things and coming down with rebounds and just the push mentality, playing fast. Take advantage of a team when they're in scramble mode back on defense. And you can see that carried right through all the way, especially in this game. at times there. When we played them earlier this season, it was the same way. Early on, they got us in transition and blew that thing open. It's hard to come back when a team can shoot it like this.
It really is. Talia 6 herself. They've got 9 as a squad, and it's just halftime. They'll add more to that. And when you get some of the JV kids that come in, they can make them too. That JV squad was fantastic all year.
Yes, definitely. It's all the way down the list, down the line there. Coach Granum had 2 daughters that could really shoot the ball. Got to go through a lot of workouts with them over the years. There's been a lot of threes attempted here. And when they're falling, it's really, really fun to watch. And when they're not falling, they got girls inside that can go to work and make plays as well.
It's almost like a backup plan that Sioux Valley can do. Again, not every team has that.
Exactly.
It's been a big hope to get in the SODAC 16, which is next week, and you earn your right after that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens for the next 2 quarters. We got to hand this back over to my head coach, Bill. But Tate, thanks for joining on, man.
Yes, thanks for
having me. And welcome back
me.
to the Cossack Center, dude.
I appreciate it.
Surprise,
Tate Vincent, the head coach of the Custer Wildcats.
Did he tell you?
Able to come across the state tonight.
Did he tell you he's got the state amateur tournament this weekend?
I didn't even ask about a state amateur, no.
Is that in Presho this year? I saw the rosters come out there on 605 Sports. If you want to check them out there, the state amateur tournament will be without Ryan Burgraff this year. He sets himself less than 40 points shy of becoming State Am's all-time leading scorer, but he'll be with Barron, coaching him up, his 4th grade son, over in Marshall. So
our look around the South Dakota score feed, we're going to check some of the scores out there. That's brought to us by Back Alley Meats. That's small town quality, big city selection. Buster's Auto Brokers, also a sponsor of the South Dakota score feed app. They're in Mitchell, right on the corner, right on the price. Do you want to go through what do you got over there?
Yeah, well, first of all, the first thing we got to go to is that Sisseton game. Sisseton and Groton, I think, is of high interest tonight, especially for Sioux Valley people, as we're on a line across from Groton as a possible SODAC 16 matchup. Sisseton, who beat Sioux Valley in the season opener, leads 18-17.
I don't know how we got that stat, but this is from our friends, the Trigsteads. Talia Vincent hit her 100th made field goal. Not threes, but
overall field goals. And we all know she doesn't have a lot of 2s. They're usually from 3. I don't know what the 3-point count would be, and typically
it'd be
her and her teammates are pretty good at moving on and having a good next mindset. There's 2 halves to every game. Sometimes you come back out and you still have it, but the intermission sometimes changes the style of game. Right now, high on Coach Granum's priority list, since it is postseason, would be to get this thing to running clock, and then he could dictate getting people saved and fresh. If you're Great Plains Lutheran, you know you got to come out right away. If you have something you've been saving, you got to show it. Maybe you find something in the toolbox that Sioux Valley hasn't gone against this year or something, and it gives you a 10-0 run or something to start it. We saw that the other night to start the second quarter from the dual Cardinals. Them going, I think it was a 10-3 run to kind of open up that second quarter. GPL needs something like that here in the third, or their season's going to be over.
On their scoring side, but on their defensive side at the same time, they have to find a way to start guarding the perimeter just a tad better than what they are doing. They have to stop this onslaught of three-pointers.
Well, it's hard. You get out there and slow down the threes, which they'll have to now because Sioux Valley's hitting them. But then you have Kira Cruz inside, and you have the chance for her to get going.
Type of deal.
Dakota Valley and Vermilion. We've talked about that one early on. Dakota Valley's up 37-26 now, has stretched that to 11, and Lennox still making a game of it against Sioux Falls Christian. That game is 23-18 just before half. So some exciting games out there in the round of 32 here in South Dakota Class A high school girls basketball.
Sioux Valley is going to get the first possession of the second half. That is Liberty Trigstead throwing it in from the far sideline. Talia Vincent will get a second half started. The Cossacks with a 38-17 lead as we begin this second half. They're around the arc. Trigstead now looking for Craddock in the paint, decides against it. Now we'll find her in the corner. Craddock is going to dribble that up. Try the three. They dropped off of her. Long rebound. Amari Ward with an offensive board. Around to Trigstead. She'll drive baseline right to the rack off the backboard and in. Liberty Trigstead. What a great take that was.
And she's at double digits now.
We talked in the first half about her confidence. Boy, that was just right to the rim with that one.
Yeah, she's an aggressive player.
That was over a senior. They're senior.
really makes this Sioux Valley defense tough.
Lenz with a three-pointer for the Panthers.
Yeah, Coach Grantham not happy there with the catch-and-shoot 3 opportunity. He would like to see them have to make one more pass or put the ball on the floor versus get the clean look.
And a little bit aggressive on the defense. That is Myra Lenz, number 13, just called for a reach-in foul there. That is foul number 2 for Lenz.
Yeah, nobody either team really in major foul trouble. You don't want to see any of the people with 2 pick up their 3rd right away.
Craddock had to get a hell no on that. They get it over to Trickstead. She goes right down the middle of the lane again. Another strong take.
She likes her matchup off the bounce right now.
She's finding big bodies in the paint. She's going right over them. Lenz now. Left wing for the Panthers. She'll find Prawl. To Prawl. Great
nice
give and go right there. Wow. Great cut.
The GPL has some neat little things. They have the back doors. There you saw the action, the quick extra pass. There's Trickstead again.
She's got the Liberty Trickstead. She's on 7.
She's at 15 for the night.
7 straight now, Liberty Trickstead. I was going to say it was a 7-0 run, but we just watched GPL kind of score a little bit there. But Trickstead, 7 straight points for the Cossacks. GPL get that offensive board, kick that back out to Prawl. That's Catherine Prawl. I believe she's the junior. Yes. She gets all the way down the baseline. Nowhere to go there. Gets it over to Cameron's hands. Out to Lean in the corner. She'll try a 3 from there. Off the back of the iron. Catherine Prawl with the offensive board. We're going to call that a tie-up at the same moment. So Amari Ward got hands on it enough.
Yeah, and possession arrow will go to GPL.
Shaking off some cobwebs there. She may have hit her head on the floor. Maybe took
I think GPL is going to call a timeout to kind of give her a chance to catch her breath, and I'm sure our trainer Jody will head that direction.
She is heading that way. Just
maybe more of the nose.
She's holding
and
both.
Back of the head. Yep, she's got a bloody nose.
We got a bloody nose now. Yep, Catherine Prawl. She's going to have to take a minute here. I think she hit her head on the floor. That's the way she kind of acted when she was down there.
That would change this GPL team.
It would. I mean, unfortunately, but that is basketball. That's part of it. It's been physical as far as what this game has been trying to be, especially in the paint.
I know it's 45-22, and if you're not here, or you're watching at home, or you're just hearing the score, you're maybe thinking that it's a lopsided matchup or something. That's not the case. This is a good GPL team.
Oh, yeah.
That Sioux Valley has just jumped all over early on. Sioux Valley's going to have a little janitorial work to do as well out on the floor where the blood spill maybe is. But they're just a better game than what the score is. Sioux Valley's just shooting extremely well. They got 33 points combined between the 1 and the 2 between Talia and Liberty, and that's just hard to counter. You hope that on a night like this, if you're GPL, you're hoping that they're not knocking all those down.
Yep. So we're going to take some extra time here. The Max, Peanut and Tringer, sending the kids back to their benches. Yeah, we're taking some extra time. I believe we're trying to find some.
Yeah, I think Athletic Director Mo Rusick's going to borrow from Jody Furstenberg here and go and do those duties while Jody attends to our injured GPL player.
Yeah, the injured one is Catherine Prawl. That's the junior guard for GPL.
Yeah, and if you're at home, she's fine. She's banged up.
Yeah,
but she's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like an emergency situation by any means. Otherwise, we wouldn't have her on the bench anymore. But I think they're just trying to get her nose to stop bleeding at the moment.
Yep.
For the Sioux Valley side of things, head coach Jamie Grantham just talking to his squad.
A round of applause for Mo Rusick here from the hometown faithful.
The kids love him.
They do.
He's had several of his kids come through your program.
We
have one right now, actually.
Yeah, we have Holden right now. Just on a long list of players that we've had that are just good kids and work hard for us. And
that is
not a name that you hear a lot right now, but you're going to be in the future. Him and a lot of those other guys down there on our bench, our scout team.
Holman with a jumper from the right wing, off the mark, Cruz the rebound. Look at that. Everyone just takes off. They know she's going to run the floor. Tate and I were just talking about that. Talia Vincent from the right wing, off the front of the iron and out.
And a push-off by Liberty.
A foul on Trickstead. That'll be personal number 3 on Liberty, yes.
Yeah, I think that was an example where you saw Cruz bringing it up the court and everyone was back. I think that was a lot of the discussion at halftime probably in that GPL locker room was just trying to get the defense back and set because Sioux Valley had the ball, even on their makes, right back up the court so quickly.
It's just amazing. And Tate and I talked about it a little bit of, there's teams that can try to do that, but it's rare with Kaylee Craddock and Kira Cruz that can actually run the floor, like get it to the point on the other end of the floor and run the offense.
Yeah, they're good at running point forward and point post. So you don't just have your point guards. It's sharing the lead guard responsibilities, helps people get down the floor, helps your guards fly and fill those lanes.
That is Myra Len. She's going to take it baseline, and it'll be stolen away. She was trying to get it back to Lean, and it's stolen away by Talia Vincent. Up to Kira Cruz. She'll run it right down to the right block. Kick that back out. That's Ward.
Yeah, I think Kira was looking for
trying to get it over to Macy Top. That'll be off the hands of Jolie Lean of the Panthers, so the Cossacks will throw this in from the far sideline.
Yeah, I think Cruz was looking for maybe a little bit more of a fill behind from Amari there as she attacked.
The inbounds into Cruz. She's trying to get it into Craddock, threw it into a double team, and that's Holman that'll take that away.
Yeah, and if you're GPL, they're kind of sagging Kira. You want to be cautious about that as well. The gal can shoot the three.
She can shoot it. She's got a couple of makes on her season. She doesn't get a lot of opportunities on it, and that is a chase. Talia Vincent, I believe, called for a push here on Myra Lenz, just chasing her around through that baseline. So Talia will get personal number 1.
Yeah, you can tell that Coach Granham's talked about how they want to guard her, and I think that's the one that Liberty got hung up that time too, and then they gave up the slip opportunity, but Talia called with the hold.
She's trying to get it to somebody. Macy Top cut her off. Holman gets it in the corner. Now Lenz. She'll drive into the elbow.
Back
get
door
over
again.
To Cameron. That's right down the right side. Kira Cruz with the block. Oh, my God, she does it all. Holman runs down that loose ball. No reset on the shot clock. Down to 16 for him. That's
back
Prawl.
door.
Over to Cameron. Trying to get it back to Prawl. Double team. Now she will off her toes. And Ward will get that loose ball.
Yeah, I'm assuming against a lot of opponents the back door just works. But with the length of Cruz and Craddock, it's not going to be had there for tonight for GPL.
Cossacks take it around the arc. Now it's Talia Vincent, top of the key, resetting into the half court. 4:13 left in this third quarter. Macy Top now, top of the key. Vincent on the wing. She's looking for Craddock in the paint. We'll find Macy Top alone by herself. That's an air ball. Craddock, we're going to call that a pass. That was Macy Top with the assist. Craddock gets the bucket. KC up to 6 points on her night. Yeah, we're calling that a pass, Bill. That's an assist in my book.
You tell me that wasn't a pass or what?
It's possible. An opposing team scorer might have called that a shot. Oh, there we go. Run down a loose ball there. Cruz throws it in.
Diagonal.
On the far
she
sideline.
sees it.
Craddock down to the right block. Her defender falls to the floor. She's okay.
Yeah, she really had nothing she could do. It was awkward and actually was off of her touch on the bounce.
Are we calling that off of Craddock and out of bounds then? Is that what?
Yeah, I think she kind of had to actually just kind of hurdle her, but it was just real awkward and versus get hurt or something.
Yeah, it looks
we'll take that turnover versus have a starter go down with an ankle or something. But this will be a week off for whichever team advances here. It's looking a lot like Sioux Valley. So you're going to continue to work on things here. You go from this Thursday to next Thursday before the Sodak 16. So they'll stay at it here. They're not going to let up.
It's a good problem to have, having a week off, rather than just, calling it good and emptying out your lockers. No, they'll take the week off for sure. That's Lenz now fighting.
There it is.
And
I think a couple of those other games went to half.
Is that a double dribble we were officially getting there?
A double dribble.
Turnover by GPL, so Talia Vincent will take that across the half-court striper.
Sioux Falls Christian up 24-18 at the half on Lennox. Dakota Valley up 42-34. That one's midway through the third quarter.
Cruz on the elbow, trying to do high-low. It's Holman that intercepts it. So turnover by Sioux Valley. GPL quickly up the floor. Cruz is going to steal it back.
Here's Ward.
Cruz knocks away the pass. Ward runs it down, and she's going to be fouled by the aggressive defense here in the backcourt. Sioux Valley will hold on to it. That's only team foul number 3, so they'll have to take it the distance here.
Other Region 2A games, Hamlin up 28-20 at the half on Clark-Will Lake. It's a Region 2A game, but you're now kind of opposite brackets with the 16 format.
Yep. Yeah, we're officially calling this a region final.
Yep.
Just because of how it plays out.
Correct.
Vincent will get that to the elbow. Amari Ward's open on the right wing. That's off the back of the iron. Craddock
fights
for the offensive board.
Left-handed and one.
Count it.
That was beautiful.
Haley Craddock. Left hand fouled in. Pete Entringer counts it. That was a left-handed and one, dude.
That was sweet.
I'm speechless
Yes,
over here.
that was sweet.
That's saying something.
And they just had to go get that rebound, too.
Me without words. That doesn't make any sense either. And she connects on the N1, so just an unbelievable rebound and put back by Kaylee Craddock with the left hand.
Groton area and Sisseton tied at 20. 4 minutes to go in the third.
Cameron, top of the key for the Panthers. Looking for teammates, guarded by Cruz right at the top there. That's over to Holman now. Holman looks big and long. That's over to Lean. Cameron now 13 on their shot clock. She gets at the elbow, throws it into Maddie Prawl on the right block. Gets Kaylee Craddock moving around, but can't make the shot. Craddock with the rebound. She'll run the floor.
Yeah, she took the peak opposite trying to find Talia, but they had it
Craddock
covered up.
All the way down the left block, across the court, top. Ward on the top of the key. We'll kind of do a reset here.
Ball kind of stuck a little bit right now.
Craddock's going to drive it into the baseline, cut off, back out to Ward. She'll
There's
get in
Ward
the
for a
paint,
layup.
across the paint, and Ward! Count the basket. She draws the foul and puts it in.
And will that stretch it to 30?
What a take.
30. We're at running clock.
We will be at running clock now with a 30-point lead. Skylar Knutson coming on. Kira Cruz will take a breather. What a take. Amari Ward across
That
the
was
paint.
sweet. Yep, just kind of hung on the rim and fell in.
Yeah, we've got kids coming in now. That's Sienna Weiss that'll come in. She's going to be taking Amari Ward out, the shooter.
Yeah, I still don't think you'll see a ton of it just because you're at a week off. If you did tweak an ankle or something, you still have the time to recover versus you have no opponents for a week.
Kaylee Craddock fights away that rebound. Another offensive board for the Cossacks. Talia Vincent over to Craddock. She'll drive in from the left wing into the paint, kicks it out to Top. Top goes right down the left side, and she'll be called for a travel. The back foot slid along with her. Sienna Weiss coming on. Amari Ward will take a breather. This could be just because, a minute and a half left in the quarter. We got a running clock now. Just give him a little extra break.
Yep, kind of saw that there. He'll come back with his starters to begin the fourth, and then at some point worry about just getting out of here healthy and injury-free.
Panthers the other way now. That's Holman. We're going to have to take a look at her roster here. That's into another Prawl, by the way. That is Julia Prawl. She's the sophomore Prawl.
This will go fast here now with the running clock. By the time you reset and inbound the ball, clock will move really quickly here. Sioux Valley up 52-22.
Throwing it in for the Panthers. That's Kate Holman, number 5 there. It says 6 foot on the roster, but she looks taller than that.
Yeah, we know how tall and lanky these guys are from that volleyball season. But if you're GPL, now it's looking like your season and your careers in both volleyball and basketball going to come to an end to the hands of the Sioux Valley Cossacks.
Kaylee Craddock got a hand on that, but we're going to call a body shot at the same time. So that's going to be a foul on Kaylee Craddock, her first. 14 foul. We got 20 seconds left on a running clock here, so I don't have to worry about team fouls, probably not so much. But this is Madeline Prawl on the line, the senior. She connects on the first.
So in South Dakota, 30-point lead, puts it to a running clock. The clock will stop on free throw shooting, though.
Yeah.
So a lot of times then you'll see that be that opportunity where both coaches will get their substitutions and things and get everything set. Sioux Valley will have 20 seconds on the clock coming back this way.
And back on the floor is 3 other starters. So the starters are back on for Sioux Valley.
Yep. Opportunity to look at something and see how you execute with 20 seconds.
Talia Vincent will get this across the timeline. We're taking it slow. This will be the last shot. Last possession is the hope for Sioux Valley here in this third quarter. Vincent to Cruz. Vincent cutting down the left side. Double team, throws it out to Craddock. That's a 3 ball that goes off the front of the rim and out. It is run down by Prawl. Long pass to Prawl.
That's worth 3
and
if
right
it goes.
before the buzzer sounds,
Waved
Maddie
off.
Prawl got that off. But
had
it was,
that gone in, I don't think it would have counted. I saw young Mac here coming up on that and waving it off instantly.
Okay, well, there we go. That's the end of our third quarter then, 52-24. A commanding lead for our Sioux Valley Cossacks. Not at all. Stand up all you want to. What a nice lady. She wondered if she could stand up if it was going to bother my live stream. No.
Respect
do whatever you need
to Saul's Media.
Do whatever you need to.
Nothing but respect.
Before you get into that, let me do this quick. Our third quarter stats brought to us by Precision Risk Management Crop Assistance from the local pros. Call David today to ensure your farm's future. Talia Vincent held scoreless in the third quarter. She's got 18. Liberty Trigstead went on a 7-0 spurt all by herself. She's got 15. Mari Ward up to 7. Kira Cruz to 3. And Kaylee Craddock adds 5 more. She's at 9.
Sioux Falls Christian up 29-23. That game's in the third quarter. Sioux Falls Christian over Lennox. We have Flandreau locally here. Flandrew's beating Dells 36-23. Dakota Valley up 43-35 on the defending champ Vermilion team. Miller, one of those teams Sioux Valley could possibly end up with. They're up 31-21 on Chamberlain. St. Thomas More leads. Groton area and Sisseton tied at 24. If there was a game to be at, I would have been okay with being at that game tonight.
Sioux Valley is going to get the first possession of the fourth quarter here. So Craddock down to Vincent. She'll drive into the paint, kick that out to Ward. Now around to Cruz, top the key. KC is going to take it down the right side. Stop by Prawl. Throw back out to Talia Vincent. And Craddock in the corner now. 13 on the shot clock. Still plenty of time there. Craddock gets all the way in the paint.
Move.
A great spin. She spins out of a double team, puts it off the bankboard and in. You can see why the Coyotes love her.
West Central's beating Tri-Valley 33-30.
These South Dakota Score Feed apps, they are brought to us by Back Alley Meats and Buster's Auto Brokers. We'll continue to do that through the fourth quarter and the post game as all of Class A and Class B punching their tickets to the Sodak 16 tonight. GPL with a miss. Amari Ward, long rebound out to Talia Vincent. Is that number 7? Yes, it is. Talia Vincent, the assassin, has 7 3-pointers tonight in a region final.
Yeah, and that was just made by the attack by the guard there to get the paint touch and then have the wide open transition 3.
Len stopped the key for the Panthers. Throws that over to Cameron. Looks like Sioux Valley's dropped into a 2-1-2? Or is that 2-3 zone right there? What do you got, Bill?
Yeah, Sioux Valley in more of a 2-3 zone look versus the man-to-man. Still kind of a lot of the same principles they're trying to accomplish out of all their defensive sets. Get the ball steered, keep it on the side of the floor, preferably the left side of the floor.
Great pass to Cameron in the paint. It's a tie-up. I think Liberty Trigstead got hands on that, but it'll stay with GPL off of that jump ball. Coming back onto the bench for GPL, that's number 10, Catherine Prawl, now back on the bench. That's good to see.
Yeah, the official's going to talk this over, make sure they have it correct. You know, last night we had a chance to see Talia's cousin Kelton play for Northwestern. They had a college game on the UMAC tournament. They were the 3 seed on the road and knocked off Morris, our coaching staff, and a lot of our people. We had a 15-passenger van over there to cheer on the Northwestern Eagles and see them get a road victory. The 4 seed also won. So think of that. The 3 and 4 both win. Now Northwestern will play at home in the next round.
Well, there you go.
The chance to qualify for the national tournament.
Sioux Valley does not get that option tonight. This is the last home game because once you get out of the regions like this, you go to a neutral floor for the Sodak 16.
Neutral
So this
site.
is it. Part of what we talked about in the post game on Tuesday night, Kira Cruz came up to join me. We talked about one more try at the Cossack Center, and she was kind of begging everyone to come out and see it.
Absolutely, and come out and see,
deserved.
see Kira in her last go on the Cossack Center floor. Before we go to neutral site, supposed to be a little bit closer to the higher seed. Sioux Valley should be the higher seed in that game. So depending upon who they would play, an example would be Sioux Valley and boys played Lakota Tech last year in the Sodak 16, and that game was played in Chamberlain, a neutral site game. So some scenario like that, and like we say.
And I'm just going through them in my head.
Yeah.
You know, some of the scenarios that we've talked about. If it was Groton, you could see that being in Watertown or
Correct.
perhaps Huron.
Yep.
Miller would be the same deal. You could see Huron as the landing spot for that. Aberdeen, Roncalli, if it would be that way, you could see that. And then Lakota Tech, if they would work themselves into that position, something similar in the Chamberlain area, you know, somewhere out there.
Chamberlain,
you
Mitchell.
could almost see that being at Corn Palace, you know.
Chamberlain, Mitchell. You see Madison host a lot of games as well. Part of the equation is that they have to have host sites willing to host and that have put into to be willing to do that as well.
GPL trying to get that in. Kira Cruz knocks it out. There's only 3 on their shot clock right now.
They also do a good job of making an attempt to put more than one game to see per venue. So you keep that in mind. You get that tournament atmosphere. You might get to see 2 state qualifying games happen at the venue you travel to.
We just saw that in the volleyball season when we made the trek out to Phillip to chase our Sioux Valley Cossacks all the way out there. We were game number 2 of the day.
Yes.
That is intercepted by Amari Ward, so the Cossacks forced the turnover quickly up the floor. Skylar Knutson on the floor now. Around the arc.
That would be
Amari
next.
Ward into the paint, a 5-footer, and that's it, but good. Amari Ward.
Yeah, it just adds to that balanced attack that Sioux Valley has. Nice attack there. And like we mentioned, that would be next Thursday, the SODAC 16 game. Before that would be a Tuesday night opening round game for the Sioux Valley boys.
Yes. You still have to wait to find out
to be determined.
Who and where, right? Yeah.
Correct. The only thing we've determined is going to be a blackout. So bring your black T-shirts and come out and support the Cossacks.
I did buy my Big East champion T-shirt tonight. I mean, it's on credit. I only had $10 on me, but I'll bring some money and then some cheese for both of the squads tomorrow.
We love the trade-off, and the kids love you spoiling them. That's for sure, Salzy.
It's when you see things like this, man, and we're trying to punch our ticket to a SODAC 16. I'm the spoiled one here. This has been fantastic. Watching this team all season long, including some of those games that we went to, and a road trip down to North Sioux City, which I'd never been to, Dakota Valley High School. That was the first trip for me. Just great memories, and this team has been so easy to follow. That is a big three-pointer to hit the top of the bankboard and out.
Yeah, not only have they had a great season, but they've played a really tough schedule. They've played Sioux Falls Christian, Dakota Valley. They opened the season at Sisseton.
They took Hamlin to a double overtime loss.
Yeah, I think they have a schedule that's prepared them for March and prepared them for this tournament run that they're on and that they're going to be on.
Yeah. Kira Cruz, the lone senior in the paint. She'll kick that out to Ward. There's an open three from the corner off the front of the iron. Bodies flying all over the place as Talia Vincent hits the floor. Lean hits the floor.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened over there, but you quickly see two teammates over there to help you up. That's always a good sign of what you got going on within your team and your culture as well.
Liberty Trigstead back on the floor, so Mari Ward will take a breather here with 4:09 left to go on this running clock. We've got a shoe being retied out there. That is Kate Holman. Retying a shoe. Now we're ready to go. Here's our whistles.
Yeah, the game flowed really well the first half. Both teams, it seemed like. But the second half has just had some odds and ends. Different things happen. Shoe ties, nosebleeds.
A little different.
All those types of things have made it a little more clunky of a second half for both teams.
I think we just got to such a big lead at halftime that we were just kind of in cruise control here. That's Maddie Prowl. A great take. Craddock with the block, though. And then saves it. Talia Vincent the other way.
Early and
Craddock
opposite
is having
to Liberty.
herself a night, man. Trigstead now. Craddock, top of the key. Back to Liberty. LT is trying to find Knutson on the block. It rolls out to Craddock. Second opportunity coming. KK will take it right down the right side against Prowl. Off the backboard and in. Great take. Kira Cruz.
Yeah, but it would be good to see her get a couple of buckets here as this game closes out, kind of get her going as well.
It was a great pass there. That was Maddie Prowl trying to score on that, but it was a great pass from the baseline off of Lean, the driver on the baseline. It's Talia Vincent from the corner. Bang!
Got it.
Triple number 8 for Talia Vincent. And that is a new season high. I'm not sure what her career high is, but that's 8 of them tonight here in a region final.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
We'll have to ask her. We'll probably talk to her in the postgame, I would imagine. We'll probably talk to a lot of them in the postgame tonight.
Talk to everyone tonight, right?
Lens, that's Maddie
Prowl.
Prowl.
SODAC 16 qualifying game.
Back to Lens. Yeah, they do get a trophy tonight. I don't know if you remember. You got a trophy for your SODAC 16 winners.
Yeah, I don't know if we did.
It says qualifier across the bottom. There's a big block by Kira Cruz again.
The next round is a hardware game.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Qualifier means for state. Sorry, that's my bad. Trigstead all alone right in front of the student section. In and out. It rattled all around. Just didn't find the bottom. Panthers with the rebound. That was Prowl getting it up to Lenz. She'll try a 3. 2 minutes left in this game. That's an air ball. And that'll go straight out of bounds.
Yeah, and you're going to see some mass substitutions now.
Here is the line change for our lone senior, Kira Cruz. Not taken out yet. She's still going to get her senior moment. But Talia Vincent, Kaylee Craddock, Liberty Trigstead all find the bench.
Yeah, and hats off to GPL. I think you probably have some careers ending over here.
We do. There's some seniors
on
their list.
Never a fun moment.
It never is. Oh, there's our – all right.
There's a round for
Cheyenne
Kira Cruz.
comes in for Kira Cruz, so she gets taken out by herself. I just thought there was going to be more hoopla.
I think Coach Grantham did a late substitution there, so she'd come out after the rest, so she could be recognized in her final game at the Cossack Center.
Sienna Weiss down the floor. Miss on that. Panthers the other way. We're at 1:19 left to go. And And these are some Panther names that I am not going to try to remember. I know that's Lean. She was a starter. So Lean's still in there, number 3. That is around the baseline. That is the sophomore Prawl that's still in there. That'll be a jumper. Cheyenne Vanderwall gets a hand on that, knocks it away. Loose ball run down by Weiss over to Aubrey Larson, and Larson's going to take it across the timeline.
Dakota Valley and Vermilion now in a 6-point game.
Macy Top off the side of the bankboard, run down by Keating. Riley Keating will find Top out there. And it'll be Sienna Weiss going to the foul line.
And Groton's up 29-27. That's going to be the first one to 40. Probably gets the W tonight. And that grinder of a game, Groton has retaken the 2-point lead. Hamlin in control over Clark Willow Lake. Dakota Valley, our other game of interest was that Sioux Falls Christian game. They're now up 35-27, so Lennox keeping that one close. That has 2 minutes to go in the third.
Just out of familiarity, right? Lennox should be able to stay in that. I think they played them twice this year already. That foul shot made by Sienna Weiss. So she adds a point, and now Aubrey Larson back, or not back on the floor, but on the floor. Macy Top's night is done.
And I'm going to sneak out a little bit early on you, Salzy. I thank you for this, and I'll join you for the SODAC 16 game. I'm just going to go check on my players out there in their Big East tournament shirts, and congrats to the Sioux Valley Lady Cossacks.
Bill Vincent, a pleasure as always. Heading out to the hallway there, and he's been selling Big East champion T-shirts for our game next week. It's a blackout. Hey, easy. Miley Keating down to the block. 6 seconds left. That's Larson, Cheyenne Vanderwall. 3 seconds left. Someone's got to shoot it. We're going to run out of time. Yeah, that's okay. So a big win here in the Region 2A final. 65-24 as our Sioux Valley Cossacks punch their ticket to the SODAC 16. 65-24, I'll write that down. Region 2A final winners. So a week from tonight, the SODAC 16, it is still yet to be determined on where and when that game will be, but it will be next Thursday. The when part is just what time it would be. It could be part of a doubleheader. Could be the first game, could be the late game, could be the only game at 7 o'clock. We're not sure. All that information will come out either late tonight or by tomorrow morning. So by noon tomorrow, we will know who and where and when, as we have punched our ticket to the SODAC 16 with a big win over the GPL tonight here at the Cossack Center. Our final stats tonight brought to us by Shorty's Hot Box Food Truck. Big or small, Shorty's Hot Box can serve a group from our food truck, or they love attending festivals and fairs. Contact Kim for a customized quote. Amazing customer service with great food that's served super fast. I've got Talia Vincent with 24 points tonight, 8 3-pointers. 8 threes. Season high for her. She got to 7 once for sure, maybe twice. We saw a couple of games where she got to 6 3-pointers on the night, but 8 of them by Talia Vincent, the assassin. She is an absolute killer out there. So she finished with 24. Liberty Trickstead finished with 15. Amari Ward got to 9. Kira Cruz to 5. Kaylee Craddock with a great exhibition of scoring in that third quarter. She gets to 9 as well. Sienna Weiss hit a free throw. She got to 1. And it's 65-24. A winner over the Great Plains Lutheran Panthers. Oh, this cough will never go away. Our player of the game brought to us by Tropical Smoothie Cafe, located on 6th Street in Brookings, across from the Hillcrest Aquatic Center. Enjoy delicious smoothies, craveable wraps and sandwiches, and savory sides. Player of the game is going to receive a gift certificate for a free smoothie, and tonight it is going to be Talia Vincent and the 8 3-pointers she put on the board tonight. An absolute incredible shooting display by Talia Vincent, who also went over 100 field goals made for a career. That was a text that we got at halftime, so thank you to the Tricksteads for sending that info along. Just crazy that she's She's a junior now. Talia Vincent is the junior guard out there, 5'6", junior guard, but she's got 100 made field goals for her career so far. One more season to play for her. So we have high hopes for Talia Vincent. She's fantastic. Other sponsors we're going to thank here: Nick's Hamburgers, the legendary hamburger spot in downtown Brookings; Jimmy John's, the freaky fast sub shop on 6th Street in Brookings; the Man Cave Barbershop, the unofficial SDSU football team haircutters; and Turf Guard Lawn Service. Get a jump on your lawn care for this coming season. Contact the Turf Guard Lawn Care guys, and they'll take care of you. Our look around the South Dakota Scorefeed app brought to us, as always, by Back Alley Meats right here in Volga, and Buster's Auto Brokers right on the corner, right on the price in Mitchell, South Dakota. Our look around Region 1, as we have one final and one in the fourth quarter. So Abney and Roncalli in Region 1, a huge win over Millbank tonight, 46-16. Groton and Sisseton going at it, 7 minutes left in that fourth quarter. And it's a 3-point lead by Groton. Yeah, if you can fit in there anywhere, I don't know, whatever you want to do there. I'll have you put those on. And then I'll turn this up. So hopefully you can hear me over there. Can you hear me over there?
Yep.
That's good. Talia Vincent joins the show. First thing I got to do is give you one of these because you earned the right with your 8 3-pointers tonight.
Thank you.
8 of them. Is that a career high for you? Is this? Are we setting records? Are we doing something?
I think that's maybe the most threes I've had. I don't know, honestly.
Okay. We'll let someone else figure that out. I did also get a text at halftime from the Trigsteads, who are right next to us. You made your 100 made field goal, not just threes, but 100 field goals. You passed that list tonight as well.
Wow.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Just an amazing shooting night. Another one of these nights where the basket just had to look huge for you out there.
Yeah.
What were you seeing out there?
My teammates just found me so well, and they're so unselfish, so it just makes it easy to play and easy to have confidence and keep shooting the ball. Like, even if you miss a couple, I know my teammates have my back, and, like, after I hit a couple in the first half and they all celebrate for me, that's just so special, and it makes it so fun to play.
You hit 12 as a team, but you had 8 of them, so 12 total. Yeah, you got other shooters out there. Liberty Trigstead had a couple of those. She went on a 7-0 surge all by herself tonight.
Yeah.
A couple of jumpers in the paint. She hits a 3 right after that. The other guards that you have around you, we just talked about Liberty a little bit. We talk about Amari Ward all the time, the defense that she brings to the table. What is it about you 3? What makes you 3 so special? How do you feed off of each other, just the 3 of you?
Yeah, Liberty's the type of teammate that's just going to cheer for you no matter what, and she's like a hype man out there. She's always hyping me up and stuff. And then Amari, she's just always like 100% like all-out effort all the time, on defense. So her defense really brings energy for us. And then Liberty's just a steady player and always bringing energy as well.
It's just fantastic to watch the 3 of you work together. You've got a couple of posts out there that work off each other as well.
Yeah.
They had a nice high-low game tonight once in a while. But they both love to run the floor. We've talked about it plenty of times. Kira Cruz is an absolute weapon out there for you guys.
Yeah.
Kaylee Craddock had a great third quarter. She made left-handed and one tonight. I don't know if you probably see it all the time, but we don't. You might see it in practice all the time. We don't see that. That was a left-handed and one in the paint. So fighting off defenders and then still, it's just amazing what she's doing out there.
Yeah, they play so well off of each other, and then they find us guards too. And it's not only the guards working hard on defense, but like GPL has some big girls, and for those two to be able to defend them, like, their effort was amazing tonight too.
As your father on the mic tonight, so Bill was up here. We kept mentioning that they had great passes underneath. They were backdoor cutters at the same time. Was that something you guys were expecting, or you just kind of adjusted to it and fought it off at the end there? Yeah,
that's the way they like to play, which is basically the opposite of us. Like, we like to shoot the 3 a lot and then dish it down low to our guards. And that makes it's kind of hard to play or to defend when at practice you're just defending basically the opposite of that. But I think we adjusted well.
Okay. Well, that's a great win for you. This is the last home game of the season now. We're going on the road, but we're still playing, so that's good. We get a week off. Well, not really a week off, but that SODAC 16 that we earned the right for, that's a week from tonight, so that's cool. We don't know who the opponent is. We don't know where, who, or what time of the day that game will happen. Could be part of a doubleheader. You just saw that in Phillip. We were the last game of the day in Phillip in the volleyball season, so we know how doubleheaders go.
Yep.
And SODAC 16s go. That's how it is. So it's the last home game. Just talk about what this crowd meant to you tonight. You had a lot of students over there that were very noisy over there, including every time you made something. But a great crowd in here. A Thursday night in the Cossack Center full of Cossack crazies.
As my dad would always say, the Cossack crazies. Like, it makes it's so easy to play when you have your whole community coming out and supporting you, and I don't know, it's so special to feel that.
Well, wherever we go, we'll try to bring them with us. I'm sure there'll be plenty of them in the crowd for you.
Yeah.
But congrats on
Thank
8
you.
three-pointers tonight. A great win. Nice job. I got your head coach right next to you, so we'll hand those over to Jamie Granum. Yep, there you go. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff here. We need for next season, we need a better setup of getting in and out of this table. Hi.
Hey.
The head coach, Jamie Granum, joins us. 65-24, a big offensive output, especially in the first half. You were able to hold off their bigs. Maddie Prawl is a problem. She's
they
an
do such a
player,
nice
man.
job of working together. They work so well together inside, and it's a little bit, you don't see that style of basketball much in Class A, where they put 2 posts in and they do a lot of basket cutting off each other. We can talk about it, practice against it, and then you come to a game and you kind of get to feel that game. And we knew there'd be some, emotions are a little bit high at the beginning and things like that in a game like this. And that's a 15 win team, and we just moved the ball really, really well tonight. And Talia shot the ball so with so much confidence, and her teammates have so much confidence in her. The coaches have confidence in her, but that confidence comes from the work that she's put in, and then she's such a pleasant person on top of it. And that's what makes those kids, you're so happy to cheer for them.
That's your whole team, man. It's not just Talia. That's everyone on that bench. They're just so easy to cheer for.
They've got a really good spirit about themselves, but does that help win basketball games? Yeah, it does. But ultimately, it's, hey, do I have 5 better players than you do? And most games are decided by that factor. There's some little things involved with the stuff off the court and stuff like that, but for the most part, we're super connected on the court. We can score at all 5 positions. I thought one of our keys tonight was defensive rebounding.
Yeah.
And we really controlled the glass, and we thought we could get out in transition, and no matter what defense they played against us, we thought that would lead to some offense.
You got off to a hot start in that first quarter, and they just never looked back. GPL just never really came back on you. As talented they are in the paint, and they did have a nice backdoor cutter, or not even maybe backdoor, just cutting down the side of the paint. They had nice moments that just didn't connect on them. I think if they connect on some of those, maybe it's a closer game at halftime. Perhaps you're doing different things in the third quarter, but they just never made that run at you.
For sure. Going into this game, as I think as a coach, you're prepared for every scenario and ready to adjust, possibly even adjust too fast.
Right. Yeah.
And just be confident in what we have in play. And all year long, it's kind of like it's been a mentality of let the other teams adjust to us. And and for the most part, our girls just responded really, really well. Kaylee and Kira inside did just a great job rebounding tonight on the defensive side. Things that stand out to me, Amari Ward was back at it defensively, being a big part of us out front. Free throw line extended. She's so good to have on the floor because she can just be so disruptive for us.
Yeah.
And it's stuff that you don't see up on the DAC scoreboard, but I know you notice it, and I know our fans notice it, and her energy and her effort that she plays in. So I'm so happy that these guys get to go to a SODAC 16 in that environment. Don't yet know who our matchup will be.
Yeah, we don't know who or where, but we'll figure it out.
We're going to work
by
extremely hard this next week. These guys, we're already talking about in the locker room, hey, let's lock in. Let's lock in for this week and give it our best shot. And then at that moment, you get to a SODAC 16, and that's what you do. You put forth your best effort, and then you can get in the car and you can go home and just say, you know what, I did everything I could do. I prepared as well as I can. And you've been around sports so long that at the end of the day, that's what it's about. And we got a shot. We got a shot to punch a ticket, and hopefully we take this next week, not only cherish the position we're in as a team, but then have a workmanlike manner to approach the next games.
That was the point I was just going to make there. It's nice. SODAC 16 is fun to say. It really is. And you get to prepare for it for a whole week on a normal basis. But it's a stepping stone. You've earned the right to get to this level, but there's another step after that, and that one is a lot of fun.
I've always felt,
and this is the opportunity that you guys have.
Yeah, I've always felt with our team, I'd like to play this game tomorrow.
Right, yeah.
And I say that because with what we do, teams, I feel, have to prepare more for us than we do for them.
Yeah.
And, that week will give us a chance to just catch our breath just a little bit. We were pretty intense going into this one.
Yep.
And then, we don't want to leave any so-called stone unturned and check all the boxes. And,
yep.
and you want to give these guys every opportunity to just have success. And they're just a really talented group of girls.
Well, they're a lot of fun to watch, and another fantastic win tonight, man. I look forward to the Sodex 16 trip, wherever it is.
See you in a week.
I'll be there.
Some fun. Yep.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Hopefully see you this week. I appreciate you calling the game, and I'm glad I got plugged into you and can hear your voice later. So
yeah. Well, now that we have a Sodex 16 next week, that means we can do a coaches show next Wednesday. So we'll do that as well.
Let's do that.
Middle of the afternoon. The kids get out at 1:30 before you practice. Why not?
Let's
Might
do
as
that.
well.
Appreciate
do a little Sodex 16 preview at the same time. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Salty.
Coach Jamie Granum, the head coach. Thanks for joining the show. Congrats on the win. And this will kind of close it up here. I'm going to go through some scores here, especially the ones that are close to home, and just go through those. But a big night all across South Dakota. Siston now has gone up by 3 points over Groton. It's 36-33. That is the second half of the Region 1 finals. Aberdeen and Roncalli punched their ticket to the Sodex 16 earlier tonight with a big win over Millbank. Oh, don't do that. Region 2, Hamlin, a 19-point winner over Clark Willow Lake tonight, so Hamlin in the Sodex 16 as well. Sioux Valley moves on in Region 2. Region 3, Flandreau is up big on Del Rapids. They're about to punch their ticket. 5 minutes left in that fourth quarter. They're up 13 at the moment. The other game, 1 minute left in that fourth quarter. West Central, a 4-point lead over Tri-Valley. West Central the 3, Tri-Valley the 2. That is on Tri-Valley's home floor. And West Central's got a 4-point lead with 1 minute left in that fourth quarter. So that final is still yet to happen. In Region 4A, Dakota Valley closes out the defending champions of Class A state tournament basketball. The Vermilion Tanagers headed home. Dakota Valley moves on to the Sodex 16, so it's 62-54. Sioux Falls Christian right now a 41-29 lead over the Lennox Orioles, so Sioux Falls Christian about to move on as well. 3 minutes left in that fourth quarter. We move to Region 5. Wagner, the Red Raiders of Wagner, the number 1 seed in Region 5. They get a big win over McCook Central Montrose tonight, 55-38. So Wagner moving on. Also in Region 5, Mount Vernon Plankington, a huge win over Scotland Menno, the 3 seed. Mount Vernon Plankington, the 2, a 50-18 final. So Wagner and MVP moving on to the Sodex 16. Region 6, Mobridge Pollock, the 1 seed out there. The Tigers get a big win over Crow Creek, 84-41. Miller, a big win over the Chamberlain Cubs. Miller-Chamberlain, that was a 2-6 matchup. So Miller moves on, the Rustlers, and Mobridge Pollock out of Region 6. Region 7, the number 1 team in Class A, Mapia-Luta, formerly Red Cloud. They get an 81-17 win over Pine Ridge tonight. And Lakota Tech also moving on. They get a big win over Winner tonight. So the 1 and the 2 move on in Region 7. Region 8 all the way out west, and that's when the Scorefeed app killed out on me as the whole state is looking at these. So a lot of action. Come on. This is how we had to end it last night with the South Dakota Scorefeed app just not being able to do what I wanted it to do. So Region 8, let's stay there if you can. The number 1 team in Region 8, St. Thomas More, a big 38-14 lead over Hill City. 1 minute left in that third quarter. The other game, 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, it's Rapid City Christian, the 2 seed. They've got a big lead over Belle-Fourche, 53-37. Belle-Fourche is the 3 seed out there. So it is looking like the 1 and 2 are going to move on in Region 8 as well. So Region 7 is 1-2. Region 6 was 1-2. I'm not seeing a lot of upsets here is all I'm saying. Wagner and MVP, that was 1-2 in Region 5. Region 4 is 1-2. Region 3 is looking like 1-2. Flandreau, still 5 minutes left in that fourth quarter. They got a big lead over Durham, so that's 1-2. Just not seeing any upsets. Sisseton might be the only upset. Now with 2 minutes left in that fourth quarter, Sisseton, the 3 seed in Region 1. They've got a 37-35 lead over the Groton Area Tigers. That is in Groton tonight, so 2 minutes left in that fourth quarter. Top side of that, Aberdeen Roncalli gets the win. So we move to Class B. Kind of the same deal. They're all punching their tickets at the same time. So Region 1, Northwestern gets a win over Wilmot. Warner gets a win over Waubay Summit. So the 1 and the 2 move out of Region 1. Region 2, Dubrook area, big win over Westington Springs tonight. That was in Huron. And currently in Huron, the 2 seed DeSmet. They've got a big lead over Arlington, the 3 seed, 35-21. 5 minutes left in that third quarter. So 1 and 2 likely moving on in Region 2 as well. Region 3, there's an upset there. Del Rapids St. Mary's, the 4 seed, goes to Ethan and puts a 10-point win on them. The Cardinals of Del Rapids St. Mary, 54-44. They are the 4 seed in Region 3. They are moving on to the Sodak 16 by taking out the Ethan, is it the Rustlers? I think it's the Rustlers, isn't it? Yeah. Bottom side of that bracket, Coleman Egan down 6 against Sanborn Central Woonsocket. That's at halftime. In Region 4, Centerville, the defending champions of Class B, the Tornadoes, they get a 20-point win over Gayville Ballin tonight. They are the 1 seed in Region 4. They move on. Parkston, the 2 seed, they move on with a big win over Avon. Region 5, the Raiders of Lyman, they move on as the 1 seed, beating Burke tonight, 61-37. Currently, Andy Central, Dakota Christian, the 2 seed in this region. With 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they're down 18 to the 3 seed Corsica Stickney. So another upset possibly happening in Region 5. And then the app quit on me. Of course it did. Why would you not? Come on, we're almost through these. Move to Region 6 in Class B. The 1 seed Highmore Herald, they get a 47-35 win over Harried Selby area. And Teospe Talpa, they lose tonight as the 2 seed to Faulkton area. So Faulkton moving on to the Sodex 16. Going to be some shaking up going in Class B. Region 7 all the way out west. Bennett County, a big win over White River. And Kadoka and Wall, the 2-3 matchup, just getting underway. 5 minutes left in that second quarter. Wall with an early 1-point lead there. And all the way out west, Region 8, Harding County, the 1 seed, they get a big win over Faith. And currently Lemon is up 8 points with 1 minute left in the fourth quarter. The 3 seed Lemon trying to take out the 2 seed McLaughlin. Oh, one last cough before we move on. So one last sip of my water here. That's going to do it here from the Cossacks Center. So our Cossacks will await whatever announcement is made. It could happen late tonight. I doubt it. If it is late tonight, it's going to be very late tonight. We'll know by tomorrow morning. By lunchtime tomorrow, we will know who we are playing. We will know where we are going to play that game, and we'll know what time of the day that we'll be doing it, whether the first or the second half of a doubleheader or a standalone game all by itself. We'll know all that by lunch tomorrow. So congrats to the Sioux Valley Cossacks on a big win over Great Plains Lutheran tonight here at the Cossacks Center. This is going to close up the Cossacks Center for the girls' basketball season. Thank you to everyone who has helped along the way, all the post-game interviews, all of the shout-outs, all the reach-outs, all the viewers out there at the same moment. We'll take it on the road to the Sodex 16 and see what kind of crowd we can get watching that. I don't know where, but I'll be there, and we'll get it all lined up, put the old broadcast together right here on YouTube, and call it a day, you know? It's a lot of fun. This team has been so fun to watch, been so great to me. I'll be bringing them cheese again tomorrow. As I work at Bell Brands, I have access to the employee store. So we get cheap cheese, and I'm bringing it over to the kids. They love it. So I'll do that again tomorrow. That's going to do it from the Cossack Center. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for all the following along. Thank you to our sponsors, Bankstar Financial, Bell Brands, CC's Bar and Grill, GP Auto, Health Source Chiropractic, Precision Risk Management, Shorty's Hot Box, and Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Back Alley Meats, Buster's Auto Brokers, Nick's Hamburgers, Jimmy John's, The Man Cave Barbershop, and Turf Card Lawn Service, all proud sponsors of Sioux Valley Athletics and the Sauls Media broadcast. My next broadcast with you guys will be Tuesday. We'll be chasing down the boys team wherever they are going. We'll find that out by the end of tomorrow night, as they just need the boys' regular season to finish up so we can find out who and where and when in the region play. And then Thursday night, wherever it might be, we'll take it on the road, and it should be a lot of fun. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for following along. congrats to the Sioux Valley Cossacks, and I will be back with you Tuesday night with the boys and Thursday night next week with the girls. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a good night.